Another 300 jobs just sideswiped because of Brexit. Because a whole load of numpties decided to put the cross in the wrong box, that they did. Well, SKF, a Swedish company, who's actually been in the UK since 1910, have decided to close their Luton manufacturing plant. Now, if you don't know who SKF is, there's one of their products here. Yes, I happen to have some SKF bearings. This one's for my, well, it's the ferrous deck on my zero-turn tractor mower. And that's a bearing there, it's a small one. Now, this particular factory makes all sorts of bearings. Well, they make all sorts of bearings across the country, but across the UK, sorry. And they, from needle bearings, roller bearings, taper bearings, but also bearing seals and what have you. And they're developing bearings for massive bearings, super efficient bearings for wind turbines. As you could probably imagine, that's big business. But even though the company has been in the UK since 1910, with 13 locations and 1,250 employees, bit by bit, like death by 1,000 cuts, they're whittling down their operations in the United Kingdom. And this is not the first time they've talked about it or it's been announced. They warned us back in sort of May, June time of last year. Now, as you see, bearing, this was in, let's have a quick look there, 1st of June 2023. Ball bearing factory set to close with 300 jobs at risk. That was the warning. Also, it was said at the time, the warning came in at the time when the news comes just weeks after the parent company of another major employer in town, Vauxhall, who happens to, use SKF bearings. They are the official part. Well, they've said they may have to move production out of Luton, out of the UK, unless the UK's Brexit deal could be changed. Well, there has been talk about that, hasn't there? The deal being changed, but it wasn't changed. All they said was that we'll take a light touch approach to it regarding rules of origin, especially with EV vehicles. Not necessarily everything. Maros Sefcovic did say that about 2 weeks ago. But it isn't written down in law. It isn't law. They haven't renegotiated the deal. Trade and Cooperation Agreement, don't know. So they can renege on whatever they said. Within the Trade and Cooperation deal, they could say whatever they like. It isn't necessarily going to help UK businesses. You can't base a business on hearsay. Not big industry like that. They're shipping out. There's no guarantee there for them in the United Kingdom anymore since Brexit. So there's the risk there, since the Brexit deal could be changed. But also, in this article in the BBC, there's no mention of Brexit at all. And this one's just came out. Just, literally, when was it? Well, 17th of October, which was yesterday. Closure of 300 jobs. Where are they going to go? Like say food banks? Well, in this article, happened to be in the BBC, also, and this is on the 1st of June, the spokesperson actually said the company, which used to be Luton Town's football club's shirt sponsor, said Brexit had challenged the UK business. That's actually in the BBC. They actually mentioned the B word only once, but they mentioned it. Yes, I can confirm it's only once. If I just show you, there you go. Yeah, only once. Done this Control F. So as you can see, Brexit it's destroying industry in the United Kingdom, and SKF being a major employer, a big employer, but also a huge amount of money coming in. They supply bearings all over the world as SKF. But UK now, since we've put all these barriers up, we're no longer in the European Union, and the European Union being quite a large market of 447 million odd people, plus ourselves in the UK. I haven't been in France, but it's mind-numbing. But this has been going on for some while, because another branch of SKF, this one, and I think it was in Stonehouse Business Park, Stroud Water Business Park and Stonehouse, pending negotiations. So they had to negotiate. I don't know if they actually closed or whether they managed to sort it out, but anyway, whether it's still operating. But 180 workers, they faced redundancy. This was back in 2018. Now, it's funny that the actual spokesperson for the company said that, it wasn't directly related to Brexit. Yet now, they're saying it is. Make your mind up. For Christ's sake. Maybe they couldn't put two and two together, but there's no denying it. Brexit's put up barriers. Before, we could just ship the stuff to the EU and there was no trouble. Before, we were a stepping stone for other countries' access to the EU. But not anymore. We're not even a land bridge anymore. Holyhead is pretty much, as in, in Anglesey. That port was pretty devastated. Most of the ports heading to Ireland, they're operating with a skeleton crew now. Because Brexit is a killer. There's no getting away from it. It's just a killer. And there goes another 300 jobs which have been confirmed directly because of Brexit. Now, for me, I may find that my bearings will become a little bit cheaper. But for you, they are going to become considerably more expensive. Well, there you go. And you tell me what you think. Please leave it in the comments down below. Because I do actually read the comments, but you probably already know. I can't always reply to them all, obviously. But, please boot the old like button. I did do the old button, didn't I? Yeah. That was the channel, but also subscribe if you like, and maybe the little notification bell, and then you'd get a warm and fuzzy feeling in your pocket every time I upload a video, if YouTube plays ball. And if you want to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon or buy us a coffee. We've also got memberships as well. And the links are down below. Now, if you work for SKF in the UK, let me know. Send me a message if you like, and if you want to remain incognito, that is fine. I would like some inside knowledge to know what's going on. How people are feeling even, They must be so anxious. Come up to Christmas. The idea you're going to lose your job coming to Christmas. Oh my God. Not been thinking about it, does it? Well, it's time for me to go anyway. It's terrible. It's quite sad, isn't it, really, And it's quite sad what people actually are willing to do that obviously damages their own prospects, even though they didn't say it as such. It's just people just so naive. Anyway, you told me. Please leave that in the comments down below. Ta-ta.